So, um, we're out and about, and actually by out and about, we're right in front of the house. But I kind of wanted to stop back in today, uh, for like the first time in forever, and really just tell you guys the status of the channel and everything like that. Really, there's nothing to report. I'm still going through the motions of doing my own YouTube channel and all of that, but for me, it's a if I'm not gonna do this correctly or I'm not gonna, make myself the best quality stuff that I have, I'm not gonna do it. And recently, I went through kind of a period where I was like, God, I look back on all of the videos that I have, and they suck. To me, they suck in quality. And sorry, I'm sweating. I don't know why I just rolled up the windows on a 89-degree day, but you know, here's to making more quality stuff now and into the future. And, I'm going to give this one more shot. And, yeah. So, on with today's episode. Today's episode is basically going to be about my weight loss journey. So far, since January of this year, I'm down almost 15, close to 17 pounds. And, yeah, so we're going to go through kind of like my routine a little bit. We're not going to the gym today because I'm like super pooped on my day off. It's been a day already. But anyway, so we'll get into that. And hopefully you enjoy now all of the quality. And I'll explain, I guess, later in the video too, uh, what improvements that I've made and what I hope for the channel to be like. So anyway, we're gonna go pick up Kathy and we're gonna take her home. So catch up with you guys in a little while. Figure out how long I'm gonna have to wait in traffic today. It's hot. My AC's broke in the truck, and if this wait at the ATM line is any, you know, any proof, I'm in for it. So we're back, and we're gonna get a little comfortable. A little more comfortable. I don't know if you can really get comfortable with a baby seat in the back. But we are at my girlfriend Kathy's job in the parking lot, waiting for her to come out. So I figured I would, you know, do a little recording. But um, so as I stated a little bit ago, I've lost about 15 to 16 pounds, give or take, fluctuates a little bit, since the beginning of the year, and you know, I've been thinking about like how am I gonna do a video on something like that when I really don't know exactly what I do? And the more I really think about it, there's no set diet plan for me. Um, how I go about dieting and exercise, I take a little bit from each thing that I find. Like, I use bodybuilding.com's BB All Access, or might as well say Bodybuilding All Access, um, on their. They have an app, and then they also have it on their website. And it's free to use for pretty much anybody. They also do have a paid thing. But I use that to find my exercises that I do. And what I do, I try to stick to that because they have different exercise routines. Some, that are maybe a week long thing, and then you have long term exercises that can take up to, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long you need it to take. And it helps because by the time I'm through the first week of one of those, I can remember what to do or how to routine or how to, set it to how my gym is. I go to LA Fitness, and most times the weight room portion of LA Fitness is packed. Unless you go either early in the morning, middle of the afternoon, which I don't really get to do because of my job schedule. I work 8:30 to 4:30 most days. So there's no time for me to go in the morning, and they open at 5 a.m. and yeah, you hear people say, "Oh, well, you have time, you just have to give something up," or you need to make time for it. Look, I'm doing this to stay healthy. I'm not in a race with anybody to lose weight. I'm doing this to get rid of the doctor being on my ass about my fatty liver disease that could, one day kill me. There's no cure for fatty liver disease. However, all I can do is try to reverse the effects of everything. So I'm not in a race with anybody. I'm not here to lose an extreme amount of weight and have everyone in my face like, oh, wow, you lost all this weight. Oh, wow, you look a lot different. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this for my child that I want to grow up, or I want her to grow up and see everything. I want to see everything that she does. So there's no race for me to sit here and lose all of this weight. And that's why I don't feel as bad now when I miss maybe, 4 or 5 days from the gym because I'm maintaining. I don't say, oh, I'm going to skip the gym this week. I'm going to skip it for the next couple of days or however long. And then go and say, oh, well, let me go and eat this that I don't need to eat. Or, just say, fuck it. I'm just going to, go out and drink or something like that. No. And I can't do that with my liver either. So it's all about maintaining for me. And, do I want to lose, say 30 pounds? Yes, I'm halfway to that. I'm meeting my goal. I want to get to 250, and then from there, I started at 280. I want to possibly get down to at least 230. But getting down to 230, I want that to be, with definition and things like stuff that I didn't ever think I'd ever be saying that I wanted to look like. But, it's amazing when I look at myself in the mirror now. It's not that I've ever hated the person that I was. I loved myself when I was at my heaviest, and I'm going to love myself no matter what. But it's just hard because society trains you to believe that how you are isn't how you are supposed to be. And that's why I've always felt that there's no set, you know, perfect specimen of a person. Because if you ask that person, they have a different view of what that person would look like or what they should look like. As far as when it comes to dieting, basically I've cut out most all greasy foods. That was my downfall. Like, there were days when I would get out of work. We have a Sheetz right across the street from work. So I would run the Sheetz. I get a big large tub and just a big container of Wisconsin cheese bites. Basically, if you've never had a Wisconsin cheese bite, it's kind of like curds, if cheese curds, and it's fried, deep fried, and they're probably like my greatest all-time cheat meal. If I'm ever having a bad day and I've been good, I'll say, "Oh, I'll grab that," but I'll make sure that I don't eat anything else that's of that culture. Like, what I'll do is I'll get out of the habit of eating grease. So, like, mostly now I'm eating chicken breast, baked fish, foods like that. A lot of mixed vegetables, and for me, it's just I gotta get out of my comfort zone with some vegetables because I'm kind of running the somewhat gauntlet of broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli, Napoleon, whatever. I know it's called broccoli Normandy, but it's not hard for me anymore, and it's coming a long way from the first time I ever talked about wanting to lose weight back in, 2016 when I first started doing vlogs. And it's, I don't know. I feel like I'm maintaining at this point, and I'm happy to be. I'm happy to be getting better, and I'm happy to keep pushing forward. Well, that was an extravagant waste of about 7 minutes. So now we just have 28 minutes to go. And I'm sweating like a hot dog on one of those 7-Eleven like roundabout things. Sweating like a whore in church. Sweating like I ran 3 laps. Yeah. Like, I like summer and all, but you can miss me with this bullshit of heat like this. I'm not gonna lie to you. This heat is suffering heat. This is that heat where they tell you if you don't have to be out in it, don't fucking be out in it, and I understand why. Because you can see just how like sweaty I am. So yeah, we're gonna chill out here, and we'll catch back up when we get home to some air conditioning, and we'll get into this camera setup now, because I think I like it. I think I love you, camera. You're with me, lover. Peace. Okay, yeah, and also before y'all start, yes, I know I had a boogie up my nose. But one of y'all could have told me. I don't know how one of y'all could have told me because this is a vlog, but somebody could have warned me that there was a boogie that big up my nose. Anyway, we'll see you in a sec. So we're back. After a bit of a wardrobe change and about an hour and a half both ways in traffic. I tell you, 695 in Baltimore is nothing to sneeze at when it comes to driving. But anyway, as I said at the end of the part about weight loss and all of that, I said I wanted to get into my setup. Just to give you some insight, because like I said in the beginning, I said that I was going to do YouTube, and I said this almost 3 years ago now, and I started. And I've stopped, started again, and kind of sat there. I was just unhappy with what I had created. I wasn't getting views, and I'm still not getting views. I don't even know if having a setup like this is going to change anything. But I feel more confident now in what I'm doing because I took some time over the last 3 or so months to figure out what I was doing wrong or what I could do better with my channel. And I think my issue was that I tried to keep up with the trends while also trying to give my brand of humor towards things and trying to make make it like, I guess, public interest. Like, where you saw, like, I would talk about when Kanye was going through his stuff, or things that were in the news that stood out to me. And in a way, I'm still going to do that, but not as much. It's now going to be kind of centered towards me, what's going on in my life, what I find interesting, or things that I want to try. Like, I have a love of podcasting. Like, not just recording podcasts, but I also like listening to them. So you'll see more of that in the future, where I sit there and maybe I'll talk about my top 5 podcasts that I listen to weekly. I'll get into more sports things. I don't like sharing my sports opinion all the time because, there are a lot more, armchair quarterbacks, critics, people that have been around it a lot more than I have, than being, I mean, I've played football, I've played basketball, not professionally or anything like that, but I've played in a setting, in a team setting in all of those sports. But maybe I'm not as well kept on things in college football or the NFL. I don't know every nuance anymore. And, I don't care. I don't care that I don't. But I do have an opinion on those things and what I like. And, I'll get into, I guess, my abridged football career or my abridged basketball career, because that stopped way before it started. But to get into everything, I kind of want to take a second and just have people think back to what the channel, what I used to have, like before I bought all of the things I had. It was a pretty meager setup. So over the past couple of years, I've kind of built up things just from listening to other YouTubers or other people that have participated in it. I bought all the lenses, I bought all the lights, and I just could not get it right. So the other night I was on YouTube, of course. Go figure. And I was looking because I've been thinking about what can I do to make it easier on myself as a YouTuber. Like what can I do to make it easier for me to want to do this, maybe once or twice a week. And my big thing was I was looking for quality. And I cannot, for the life of me, I can edit the hell out of something. But when I look back at like stuff that I did even back in October and November of last year, I was not happy with how the picture quality turned out, the video quality, excuse me. And so, after doing a lot of research, I found out it all comes down basically to the lens that you're using. It's no secret to a camera or anything like that. Like, I'm using a Canon SL1. It's a birthday gift that I got about 3-4 years ago, actually. And that camera has been everywhere with me, from the birth of my first child to baseball games to even doing some freelance photography for different people. And, I was sitting there like, well, maybe I need a camcorder. And I'm looking at camcorders. I'm even looking at the kind of sketchy but kind of cheap ones that are on Amazon. And I almost bought one. I actually had one sitting in my Amazon cart. And I just said, let me find out what else I can do. And so I just started doing more research. And I came to the Canon EFS 10 to 18 millimeter lens. That's what we're currently recording in right now. It's given me that quality that I wanted. And what I found out was that lens is more it's more suited towards doing, videos or, vlogging and stuff like that. And I'm happy with it so far. I took the camera out earlier. That's why we have a lot of the live shots from the earlier go-round. Basically because I wanted to see what it would do. And I was so happy with what I watched back from earlier. And I think that I'm finally set. I don't think I need to buy anything else that's photography related, because I have all the lenses that I need. I don't need another 50 millimeter lens. I don't need another 18 to 55. I don't need another long lens. I'm happy. I'm doing what I want to do now, and I hope to bring quality. Getting into, I guess, what the future of the channel is going to hold, I don't know. There's probably going to be lulls where I don't do this for a couple weeks, where I don't do this for months again. And it's going to depend on how my life is situated. I do this when I feel like I can do it. And over the past few months, I just been so tired with my job and everything. So it's just like I feel like I'm not giving my all to something that I could, and I gave up too easy. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is I don't even think this thing has a name anymore. I'm not even saying unfiltered. I'm Phil. I'm happy. I'm content. Next episode that's probably coming up will be about, I believe, if I'm going to do this correctly, it'll be about Mental Health Awareness Month and how my journey over the last 2 years is kind of bled into this channel a little bit. So yeah, if you're watching this, give me a like, give me a subscribe, something, anything. Appease me every once in a while. So, yeah. I like the bright lights. Peace out.